Welcome back to the ABC Murders. So after all our leads dried up in Andover, we returned to London. Now let us see what the killer has in store for us, because he or she will surely strike again, if for no other reason than to taunt us again. Daily Flicker.
Daily Flicker, June the 22nd, 1935. Battle over control of bank system. What will the government do for money? Andover, murder of a tobacconist.
Can I get an achievement for that? Okay. I can turn on this fan.
Ah, some cool hair. It is not the right time.
Okay. Maybe this is where I go to make my final deductions.
It is not the right time.
Cell phone. There's that ABC guide.
Andover, Hampshire, population 31,200 inhabitants.
So we got, oh, there's a mirror. I'll straighten myself up. Well, it's the 22nd of July.
Dear Mr. Poirot, well, what do you think? I believe that I won this round. The Andover affair went like clockwork, don't you feel? But the fun has only just started. I would like to draw your attention to Bexhill-on-Sea on the 25th of this month. We're having a crazy time. Best wishes, ABC.
Ooh, ABC, I'm gonna get you. I'm gonna get you.
The next crime will be in Bexhill. We must warn Jap to Scotland Yard.
Did the letter indicate anything that might help the police?
To be honest, I think we can already guess something about the next victim. But I need to think about it a little more.
Their name's gonna start with B.
Let us examine this more closely.
Those eyes are awfully thick. I don't know if that's just the way the font is on the printing or... Okay.
Certain characters in the two letters may have similar defects. Yes, this eye is weird.
Yeah.
Yes, this eye is weird.
The A is crooked.
Yes, the A appears to be quite unusual.
Apostrophe's a little thick, but I think it's fine.
Let us examine the characters in this word. let us examine the characters in this word. Yes, the A appears to be quite unusual.
Okay. I and the A. Everything else looks fairly standard. There's the A. That's again.
Yes, the A appears to be quite unusual.
There's another I
Yes,
that's
this
weird.
I is weird. Right, let us compare this with the other letter. Yes, the I characters in the two letters do indeed have the same defects. I have to find some other similar defects to confirm my theory.
Oh, there's the A.
Yes, the A appears to be quite unusual. Yes, the A appears to be quite unusual.
The W's seem to be... It's like there wasn't quite enough ink.
The W is not printed properly.
Yeah. Does that match the other letter?
Right, let us compare this with the other
Yeah.
letter. Of course, the W characters in the two letters do indeed have the same defects. I have to find some other similar defects to confirm my theory.
Well, there's that A.
Yes, the A appears to be quite unusual.
I guess I have to have it selected and then go to the other one. That's how it works, I guess.
Right, let us compare.
You can't have more than one defect selected at a time.
That's right. The A characters in the two letters do indeed have the same defects. My theory was right. These two letters were written with the same typewriter. Both letters were written on the same typewriter and show the same characteristics.
You surprise me, Poirot. You usually ignore material proof.
But there is nothing usual about this case, Hastings. Nothing must be overlooked. Let us now try and get our brain cells to work.
What can we guess about the next murder? Well, it's going to start with the letter B. What clues do I have? Miss Asher lived in a squalid neighborhood. Time. First victim was called Asher. That'll be part of it. That's not it, huh? It's the ABC guide. Andover and Alice Asher start with A. This is going to start with B. Next victim's name may start with the letter B. Yeah.
So, Poirot, have you found something?
Oui, I believe so. But I am afraid it is not enough to stop the murderer. Let us go and see Chief Inspector Japp. I will explain there.
Can I have a cookie? No? So, can I observe Hastings?
No doubt about it. Hastings is going bald.
He's got his pad and...
No doubt about
No,
it.
that's still... Can I check out my awesome crocodile? It's over here. Okay, nothing to look at here. Alright, let us go.
To Scotland Yard, please.
anything out here I can do before I go in? Newspapers, anything? Doesn't look like it. This gentleman here, who's just chilling. Alright, let's go inside. There's Jap. He's got a nice collection of medals.
Jap has invested a great deal in his career.
He's got medals. He's got a certificate of merit. A hunting trophy.
Jap is an investigator greatly respected by his peers. Like all hunters, Hastings has always been fascinated by weapons.
I like these little observations you can make. They have no bearing on the case, but they're fun to listen to.
Jap's interview room. Many cases have been solved in this little office. Alice Asher was murdered in Andover, the ABC killer's first murder. London. I really like this city. One thing is certain, you never get bored here.
I look at the bulletin board. No? What is that?
Jap appears to be snowed under.
He got so tired of taking phone calls, left the phone off the hook. He's got a coffee.
Jap appears to
Tea.
already be overloaded with work. My news is not going to improve matters. Bonjour, Chief Inspector. I am afraid we have some bad news. I have just received another letter signed ABC. The next crime will be on the 25th in Bexhill-on-Sea.
Are you completely sure it's from the same person?
I have compared the two letters. There is no doubt about it.
I suppose you think he's going to carry out his threats.
I fear so.
Good God, Poirot. Bexhill is very busy at this time of year, and we have no idea who the next victim will be.
I suspect that the name of the second victim will start with B.
What on earth makes you think such a thing?
I thought about it when I saw the name Asher clearly written over the shop door of the unfortunate woman who was murdered in Andover last month. When I received a letter mentioning Bexhill, I deduced that the victim, like the town, might have been chosen by alphabetical order.
So, it's an alphabet fiend. I'm going to have a list drawn up of all the people whose name starts with B. I hope there aren't too many of them.
Bien, we should leave you to work, Chief Inspector.
You have a few days to prepare yourself.
Thank you for coming, my friends.
It's probably only a couple thousand people whose names start with B.
Poirot?
Chief Inspector Jap, your call does not bode well.
Indeed, we have just found the body of a young woman on the beach in Bexhill. An ABC was placed on the body.
We'll be there as soon as possible.
Bexhill is a delightful town. It would be nice to come back and visit.
I do not entirely agree. Walking at the beach damages my shoes, and it hurts my knee.
So the years have not spared you, my friend. It's the same for all of us.
That is exactly what I said to myself when I saw you back from your travels.
Poirot!
Do not be offended, Hastings. I can see Japp waiting for us. And from his face, I would say that things are not looking good.
The blowing curtain's a nice touch. Anything I can do out here before I go down to see Japp?
Bexhill seems to be a pleasant little town.
House. Automobile? No. Beach.
Bexhill is a pretty little seaside resort with elegant architecture, although personally I prefer more modern buildings. Hastings appears to be ill at ease. He appeared to be relatively indifferent to Mrs. Asher's murder, but a young woman's murder seems to be troubling him greatly.
How do you do, gentlemen?
Chief Inspector?
I fear your admirer has struck again, Poirot. We haven't yet identified the victim, but it's a young woman, 20 to 25 years old. Death occurred last night between 11:30 and 1 o'clock, and we found an ABC guide on the body.
Was she pretty?
Come on, Poirot, that's rather out of place. It has no bearing on the murder.
Are you certain? For women, it is often the most important thing. It often decides their destiny.
The body hasn't been moved. You can see for yourself.
Has the press been informed?
Not yet, but I'm planning to. I haven't yet informed them about the presence of the ABC guide in Andover.
Nobody has reported a young woman missing?
Not for the moment.
No witnesses, I imagine.
Indeed. We've asked everybody who may have met a young woman fitting her description last night to come and see us, but I have little hope of gaining anything from it.
It's early days, Chief Inspector, and the news may not have spread around the town yet.
I hope you're right, Hastings.
Alright, let's look at the crime scene. Looks like she was strangled. Maybe with this rope. She's got a key. ABC guy.
These marks have been left by a rope or a braided cloth. A braided silk belt. It may have belonged to the victim.
She was strangled with her own belt.
This key is too small to be one for a house. Without a doubt, it is for a padlock.
ABC guide, I'm sure it's open to B. There it is, Bexhill.
The guide is open at the page for the Bexhill train times.
She has no shoes on.
The young woman wasn't wearing shoes or a coat, and was not carrying a bag. That's strange. Either the murderer stole her belongings, or she put them somewhere safe. Maybe so that she could bath.
In one of the bungalows, no doubt.
She was a great beauty. Strange that Japp didn't notice it. Apart from the marks on her neck, There are no signs of the struggle. She didn't manage to hit her assailant. Let us now try and get our brain cells to work.
How was the victim killed? She was strangled. Marks in the neck. With her old silk belt. The victim was strangled by surprise with her own belt.
The poor child must have been strangled with his braided belt. Unfortunately, in view of the fabric, it is unlikely that we will find any prints. Let us now try and get our brain cells to work.
What are the common points between the Andover murder and the one in Bexhill? Well, there is the ABC guide. And there's the letter. No. It's definitely the ABC guide. And we have what? I guess it's just that the guide was open to the page of the town that the murder was committed in. Are the crimes in Andover and Bexhill the work of the same murder? Absolutely. That's nothing, huh? Ah, yes. Well, right. The press does not know that the ABC guide was found in Andover. Thus, it's highly unlikely it would be a copycat killer, because they wouldn't know about the ABC guide. 2 murders were premeditated and carried out by the same person.
The medical officer should confirm that the victim was strangled with her own belt.
That's what I thought. She shows the usual signs of strangulation.
With a little luck, we'll find prints this time.
You are too optimistic, Hastings. Our killer is far too meticulous for that.
It's gonna slip up sooner or later. Alright, let's check these bungalows. I don't know which one, though. I suppose I could try all of them. There's not that
This
many.
hut is locked.
Oh, it's got a number on it. I could look at it. Looks like it's a 9. What's a 9 or a 6? It looks like 6 because it's got the underline in the bottom. Yeah, that's definitely 6. This one says 9. I bet this is upside down. It got flipped over. Yeah, it's supposed to be up there. This is actually a 6.
The number is upside down. This is definitely at number 6.
And there it looks like it says what? Is that TIS? 715? Looks like 715. I gotta remember 715. Ah, that's the combination to the padlock.
A dual locking padlock. I need to find the code and then insert a key.
There are her belongings. Shoes, her bag which is open, a picture, and I don't know if that's a scarf or a coat or a shawl.
It definitely was here that the victim left her belongings. The purse is full. Yet again, we can dismiss theft as the motive for the murder. Here is the watch she must have removed to prevent it from getting wet. A top-brand lipstick. She liked to take care of her appearance. As well as a photo of the victim with some company. It could be useful to me.
Is that a suitor? Is that her husband? Boyfriend? Fiance? Anything on the back? No. No writing on it. Betty's first day at work. Mom is very proud of you. Elizabeth Bernard. 1931-0708. 1931. Okay. Ginger Cat Restaurant. She worked at the Ginger Cat, at least at one time.
Betty's first day at work. Mom is very proud of you. Elizabeth Barnard, 7 August 1931. So, the young lady did have a name starting with B, and she worked as a ginger cat, an establishment that must be slightly further along the beach.
Betty Bernard.
Jap has gone to the police. The victim has been identified and her family had reported her disappearance. She was called
Elizabeth Barnard, mainly Betty. She worked as a ginger cat at the cafe slightly further along the beach.
But Poirot, how on earth?
Never mind. Do you have her address?
Yes, she lived with her parents on the street leading to the beach, number 22. Shall we go?
You are far too impatient, Hastings. Let the poor people take in the news first. Let us go and visit the cafe where Betty worked.
Okay. We'll leave off here and we'll visit the cafe next time.